Grand Rising. Great time to be alive. It's 2:30 a.m. I'm still on Tokyo time. But I bought these amazing picks. It's a Fender flagship store in Tokyo. And this is the Great Wave painting, representative of the artist. I don't remember the artist's name, but there's some significance to that wave, I'm sure. Oh yeah, it's a Pajama Jam time. I tuned my guitar down to CGCFAD, so it's a whole step down from standard tuning. It gives it that really earthy, low, grounded. It's a wholesome. Life is wholesome, innocent, and pure. My voice is a little shot right now. My heart is wholesome, innocent and pure, like the inner child before it has to endure the worldly. Walk towards the light, and all the times that it had to fight. Wholesome heart. Before it was tainted by the scars. The experience that I would have preferred not to have as a human, interacting with other humans has me thinking, why did I be the one to be? Let me change that. Why was I chosen to come here? Did I ask for it? 'Cause if I would have known, I would have rejected it. Yeah, there are so many beautiful things about this planet, but the things that I have to walk through in order to get to peace are starting to take a toll on me. Wholesome heart, let's go back to the start when I was innocent, playing on my mother's living room floor. The sun was coming in the window, and I was looking at the dancing particles in the light. And then it all came. It's just a concept of going back to the inner child before the damage, before the abuse, before the trauma, that Adam and Eve, Garden of Eden syndrome, where it was like my mother was taking care of me, my dad was feeding me, you know, there was love in the family, there was love in the house. My siblings and I would play. It was joyous. Of course, there were, times when we would cry and get mad at each other, but the core of the life was good. And as we get older, things get more complicated. Relationships, situations, dangers. Is it going to come to an end? Is there ever going to be a time when we don't have to feel the negative? Can we go back to the Adam and Eve? Is there a promise of that somewhere? And if so, am I worthy? Am I going to be one of the ones chosen to return to that light, to return to that peace, to that wholeness, that wholesome wholeness, innocence in my heart? Because I find myself having to defend myself from and partake in activity that I take the bait on with people that are jealous of me or don't like me or I just don't get along with, or for multiple reasons. I'm not meant to get along with everyone. If I did, I wouldn't be authentic. So there's conflict, there's injustice that I witness, that I try to support the people that are getting abused or whatever. I'm not perfect. I have situations that I've fell short as well, and people have to do that with me. But one of the ultimate things is telling the truth, not fabricating lies, not gaslighting and projecting my problems onto other people. I'm very delicate with that. And I get taken advantage of a lot of times, I guess because I have a personality that I try to be humble. I try not to be the most important guy in the room. Yes, I am a performer. Yes, I need to come and do a job, but I leave that performance on the stage. So when I come off the stage, I guess people are expecting me to be different than who I am. And I just, I don't play that game. I do have some confidence, but I'm not gonna be blowing lines and drinking shots like I was back in the day and trying to please everybody and try to be some rock star. Like, it's not who I am naturally. I look like an idiot when I try to do that stuff, and I love the awareness of that, because I see a lot of people not taking their inventory, but I see people that are still struggling with trying to chase that. I want to be that alpha male. I want to be that guy that all the women want to talk to. I want to be that guy that has all the money and teaches, has disciples, but there's only one person ever that deserved that, and that was Jesus. And there's a lot of false idols out there. There's a lot of concepts of gods and all of that. And I was in the spiritual communities in Costa Rica for a while, and God, there's such beautiful people, and they treat each other so well, but they're so misled at these yoga retreats and these kirtans. They're singing to demons, and it's I couldn't get with it, It's a cool gathering of beautiful people, but they don't know what they're doing. They don't know who they're praying to. Sometimes I wonder who I'm praying to, but my intention is to pray to the one true God, the creator of all things, Jehovah, Yahweh, through Jesus Christ, his son, who sacrificed his life so that we could be free of sin. And then he was resurrected 3 days later. And he recently came to me to remove a lot of pain that I was suffering through my family, because I tried to help my family. I've been able to work my way out of poverty, so I wanted to share that wealth with my family, and they just weren't having it. They just kept taking, and then got jealous of me, and then started attacking me. And so I have to cut my family off. That's a horrible thing when you can't even go hang out with your family like you used to when you were kids, because they made dumb decisions, and then they hate you for yours. And then they try to steal from you and take from you, and then they don't get what they want, and then you cut them off when they abuse you, and then they go crazy and start, defaming your character publicly, but they're sick. You know, they don't mean to do that. Some of my family members have OD'd on drugs twice, and they're still not hitting a rock bottom. They're still out there trying to be that famous guy, get all the women and all the fame and all the attention. Ooh, look at me, look at me. I got rid of my social media a long time ago, and it's just part of my process. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. I'm here to do my thing, and if I see you doing some dumb stuff and I care about you, I'm gonna call you out. I'm not gonna co-sign it. And that makes people angry. Very angry. But I learned a hard lesson when I got canceled, when somebody tried to cancel me for their lies. And I took that to heart. There's some other people that have been canceled that had to walk through this too. I hope it never happens to you, but especially when it's on lies, like it's just manipulation and not truth. It's people that are projecting themselves onto you. And so I have to carry that burden. But you learn that it's not that important what people think about you, because you look at the types of people that are judging you and you're like, oh yeah, I don't want to be hanging out with you anyway. So there you go. But there are people that I do care about that, you know, follow the story, and that bothers me. Like, why would you subscribe to that? Do you feel that way about me? No, that's not who I am. So why would you support that? You know, that's what hurts, is my cousins and people that I love dearly are on the page. Friends of mine that I respect immensely are on the page, you know, supporting it, and it really hurts to see those names on there. But this is a lonely walk. This is where it becomes the lonely walk. This is where I really have to go deep within myself and start to produce from the nothingness and start over. It's very humbling, very grounding, but empowering, because I'm not using my time and energy to try to go and change people's minds. Like, people's opinions of me are not my business. So it's been an interesting thing. I don't want to bring too much energy to it because it was a while ago, but it has been doing a number on my psyche. And today I released that. It's not my job to fulfill your idea of who I am. My codependency tells me that I need to be your friend. But sometimes we realize that it's time to part ways, 'cause we have different values, and you're going your way and I'm going my way. So we say, see you later. It's not goodbye, just see you later for now. 'Cause we will come together when the time is right. When the light has won again. 'Cause divided unconsciousness is what is here now. And I can see you are struggling with your own version of what I'm going through too. So I will step away. No, I'm not perfect, and that's okay. I'm not sure who the world expects me to be, but for now I'll settle with this version and identity, the one that has no name. I'm just a body and a mind and a heartbeat, contributing to the collective in this evolution towards the creator, the original, the one we were separated from, but will return when the time is right, after we have this human experience and we fight our way to the other side. There's too many demons that hide, but I can see them now. I will run away, and I will meditate and pray and go within and use my energy to expand my creativity, and then I will show back up when the time is right, when things have settled and those have lied have gone and told themselves the truth. But until then I'll be hanging by myself, waking up at 2 a.m. and playing pajama jams, going to the moon. In my mind, my imagination proceeds time. All right, that was pretty honest. I'm not attached to the results of that, but it's a practice of getting into the flow of expressing what's going on with myself without doing any damage, because sometimes we express things and we do damage. We hurt other people to help ourselves feel better. Sometimes I can be just as unconscious as some of the unconsciousness that I see around me, but I am doing the work within my own scope to not be the old version of me and to grow and not hurt anybody else, not have a reason to make any more amends. I've already made my amends. And for those that were there and present and heard them, the ones that weren't present and there because they were on drugs or whatever, that's not my business. I've already done my part. I've cleaned up my side of the street. So once you do that, you don't regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it. Anybody could say anything about you and it doesn't affect you. And that's, I think, the hardest part for, well, it's easy because all of the lashing and all of this stuff that my brother has attacked me with hasn't affected me, other than the fact that I'm sad that my brother would do that to me, betray me, befriend the enemy, try to screw me out of there was a lot of money that was lost by bringing him into my business. So that was a hard lesson, but I still have my business. I'm still doing well. And he's just exposed a bunch of really sick people that are have feeble minds and don't have the ability to use discernment. And yeah, interesting times. You thought you had friends, and then you see, oh, maybe not so much. So I'll put my attention and focus on something else now. Cool. Thanks for the lesson.